Hey, everybody, and welcome to my latest vlog. My name is Jessica Dwyer, and I am entertainment reporter for Zinni62 Media. And I am here tonight to talk about Comic-Con Day Friday, day 2 or 3, depending on if you include Wednesday, which is preview night. And today and tomorrow are going to be two of the biggest days of Comic-Con. That's typically how it is, and they're not changing that with Comic-Con at home. Today, typically this is like the big TV day. Saturday is usually the big movie day. So of course tomorrow is going to be the Bill and Ted panel. The Constantine panel is happening tomorrow. Will we get told that there's going to be a Constantine 2 with Keanu, since they made the big deal yesterday about him saying that he wanted to do it again, that kind of a thing. So we'll see. I think as I said yesterday, it's really interesting to me that they did a reunion for a 15-year-old movie that's not that well received by some fans, but a lot of people love it. I enjoy it. But let's talk about today. Today was Walking Dead Day at Comic-Con, and this was Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and Baby Walking Dead, as I call it, but Walking Dead World Beyond. And we've got an extended trailer, which was really for the season finale, which is going to be airing October 4th. That was a big deal because we didn't know exactly when the finale. But the even bigger surprise is that it's not the season finale. They are actually going to extend season 10 by 6 episodes that will air sometime in 2021 after they're able to film them. So, and I think that is to be sort of a consolation prize, because it's obvious with everything happening that season 11 is going to be majorly delayed. They're not going to get that out. Typically, Walking Dead, here's the tragedy here for Walking Dead fans. Walking Dead typically starts in October every year. That's when the season premieres. They'll have their hiatus come February, come February, and then they'll come back. So it's kind of depressing because this is the last episode of the season, and it's airing the month that typically the new season would start. So the consolation prize for fans is they have given 6 free episodes to be filmed to extend out season 10 as filler until they finally get season 11 done. The trailer was kind of not really a trailer in the fact that we'd already seen. I mean, it's one episode. It's an extended episode, but by extended, if you know anything about AMC, if they'll tell you, oh, it's a 30-minute longer episode. Well, 15 minutes of that is commercials. So take that as you will. But it's only one episode, so you're not going to really get a big trailer. So what they showed was basically the ending that we got when it aired, and then what they showed was about 30 seconds of Beta being a creep with visions of walkers talking to him or listening to him and following his orders. So that was the big news there about The Walking Dead, is that we're getting the season finale October 4th, and we're going to be getting 6 additional episodes next year to this season, kind of as a filler until they're able to film season 11. But of course, they have to be able to film these 6 new episodes when that is allowed. The irony is this is a show about a pandemic that causes the dead to rise and all kinds of health issues. So I've talked about this before, where the Walking Dead has to deal with being a show about depressing subject matter during a really depressing time. And here we are. Also, not a big surprise, they did announce that the Commonwealth, which is the big bad in the comics after the Whisperers War, is coming. That is coming in the horizon. That'll be probably the catalyst and antagonists of season 11 when that happens. Fear the Walking Dead is still on the air. Not a lot of people talk about this show. But Fear the Walking Dead is still on the air, and it will be making its season premiere October 11th, which is the week following The Walking Dead. Typically, that's what happens. So this is on track. The show is going through some changes. It's going to be more of an anthology style, is what they described it, where it's going to be, I guess, focusing on specific groups for certain time frames of the series. The issue is with Fear the Walking Dead, it never really found its footing with me and with a lot of viewers. Some people super love Fear the Walking Dead, and there are some fantastic standout characters with this show. But now we're getting it more into, they're making changes, more drastic changes. They keep making big changes with the show, like literally every season. And now it looks like they're going to change it to what they call an anthology format, which I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work with a show like this, because shows, that's having a big group of characters in a series, an ensemble cast, and being able to balance the ensemble cast and give them the storylines and the dues that they deserve is very tricky. And one of the few people that I've ever seen really be able to do an ensemble cast well is Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon, take all this crap that you hear in the news right now and all that stuff and toss that out the window, because I don't even know what the hell that all's about. But when it comes to ensembles, Joss Whedon is a master. Take a look at Firefly. Take a look at Buffy. Take a look at the Avengers, the original Avengers movie that he did. Take a look at how he managed to pull out what he did with Ultron. I mean, he is a really good writer and creator when it comes to balancing an ensemble. What Fear the Walking Dead is doing, I'm not sure how this is going to work with it saying it's an anthology style that they're going to. But the other thing that they're doing that one of my pet peeves with The Walking Dead, and now it sounds like they've already done this before in Fear, but it sounds like this is going to be even more so this coming season, is time jumps, more time jumps, which this came out during the panel. And I hate those, because it's a cop out in one way when you use them as much as these shows do, and then you bring in new characters that you're supposed to somehow care about them. And how do I care about this new character when I haven't spent any time with them? It's also cheap out for the regular characters, because it robs them of more development too. And so that's what has happened with The Walking Dead. And now it sounds like Fear the Walking Dead is even going to become more of that. And that just gets old. So we'll see how it goes. They did show a new trailer. There's some new characters coming into play here. And Morgan doesn't look like he's having a good time. They did say something about possibly having Morgan and Negan have a scene together, which, how is that going to work and how is that going to happen? We'll see, I guess, because, time jumps. The other big release in the world of AMC and The Walking Dead was Walking Dead World Beyond. Baby Walking Dead, or Young Adult Walking Dead, as you decide to call it. It's going to premiere, and here's what's interesting. Originally, from what I remember reading and being told about this show, was that Walking Dead World Beyond was supposed to be a new series, like a full series that they were going to do. Now it has been trimmed to a 2-season limited event. And it looks beautiful. It's pretty. But again, the AMC is creating another series on a property that a lot of people are getting burned out on. And at this time, and I'm thinking they're realizing they've got some problems with the environment we're in right now, and having a show like this, which is all about a pandemic, and it's they need to pull away from the misery porn that Walking Dead has kind of become. And so here we have The World Beyond, which is supposed to be an uplifting zombie show. And you've got these kids that are trekking across the country doing a task or a quest. One of them's in a very David Tennant looking Doctor Who kind of suit. And for some reason, pinstripes. He's got this pretty, hair. You've got, your strong female characters, empowered girls, and they're going through the zombie landscape, and it looks like there's one human guy that's older that's leading them. He's probably going to die within the first 2 episodes or something, so they have to trek it on their own. So again, I don't think a lot of people wanted another Walking Dead spinoff. I didn't really want another Walking Dead spinoff, because it seems like they're having problems keeping the ones that they have focused. And so at least this one's a limited series. Somehow they're going to connect into the other universes and other people in the shows at some point. I'm sure it's going to be a big crossover event. This is airing, as I said, October 4th. So it's going to air right after the finale. So you'll have Walking Dead throughout 2021 up until, we figure out when we are going to be able to film more Walking Dead. But, luckily they had these pretty much done prior to, and they held off on the premiering of them. So the one thing that I'm really excited about, and actually we're not going to get the panel for Lovecraft Country until tomorrow, which is Saturday, as I'm recording this or streaming this right now. But we did get the Lovecraft Country trailer today, and it's more than we've gotten previously. Hey, Zinni, how you doing? So Lovecraft Country is one of the biggest things I'm most excited about this year. It's going to be premiering on HBO next month, and the great thing about Lovecraft Country is not only is it a fantastic book, but it's being done by Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams, which is like, your Wonder Twin powers activate together geekery. It's Lovecraft myth mixed with metaphor about racial tension, race in America. It goes back to the 50s and how you had Jim Crow America going on. And it's absolutely beautiful to look at. This trailer was magic. So good. If you've read the book, which if you haven't, you should, it's totally amazing. This trailer just shows the characters. They're alive in this trailer. And it finally shows Cthulhu himself. And it looks like one of the best images and creations of Cthulhu I've seen. The irony with Lovecraft Country, and I'm sure this has something to do with why the book was written, and is the fact, and in the book they actually talk about this. H.P. Lovecraft was very much a racist. He wrote some very horrible poetry about Black people in some of his stories, in some of his books, and he was a product of his time. He actually had issues. You can't have written some of the stuff that he wrote and created without being a little nuts. But they talk about this. And what's Lovecraft Country really makes me love it is that it's written by and about people who love books. And even though the authors of those books can be, horrible people and not the best people, and the book and the story that they've created can, you can read that and still be inspired and love it. And it's interesting to hear the two characters in this, the father and son who are at odds, that they're book lovers, and he had to basically fight his father to be able to read Lovecraft because he is a young Black man that loved the stories. But even though this guy was a complete nut job racist, he still loved those stories. And his father, even though he didn't agree or hated this period, for reasons, of course, it's an interesting story, and how these two come at odds and how they come together, and they find themselves in a world that has as part of this, and how they juxtapose the racism and horror of being Black at that time, and still, and how it is, the tensions and things that run through the country and run through these characters' lives, and what they have to deal with, on top of having to deal with the monsters of Lovecraft's monsters, and then those of white America at the time, and racism in these areas that they're going through. It's amazing, and this just looks so good, and how it's being written and done and produced and how it looks. I am stupidly excited for it. So be sure to check out Lovecraft Country when it hits in August on HBO. It'll be available on HBO Max, I'm sure. But tomorrow, the panel is going to be taking place for this series, and it will be at 4 p.m. PST. So definitely check it out. So tomorrow, here's my list for you guys, so you'll know what's going on. 12 p.m. Constantine with Keanu Reeves, of course, because why else would they be having the panel? Bill and Ted Face the Music is at 3 p.m. 4 o'clock, right after Bill and Ted, will be Lovecraft Country. 5 p.m. will be What We Do in the Shadows, which is awesome. And then at 6 o'clock, Scary Good TV, I've got written here. I can't remember quite who is all in that, but I've added it. So there you go. That's something for you to do at 6 o'clock at night. So that will be tomorrow's list. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Hello, room. Hey, J Marks. How you doing? I hope you enjoyed this recap. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them in chat, or if you have any comments, pop them down below. Again, definitely check out Lovecraft Country, and you can find the Walking Dead trailers for Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and World Beyond out on YouTube right now. Hey, J Marks. Yes, I see you're here. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, so it was a pretty good day for Comic-Con, even though, we haven't quite had our Bill and Ted moment yet. We haven't had our Constantine moment yet. I'm really excited to see if we do maybe get that announcement of a Constantine movie from Keanu Reeves. We'll see if that actually happens. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to hang around if you want to comment over in the chat. Yeah, Comic-Con is on this year. It is at home. So it's all being done virtually via YouTube. And they are doing like an online, basically a bunch of the vendors are doing websites and pop-up shops. The other thing that I found interesting today too, by the way, and this may have been happening on Thursday, but I just found out about it today, was that Amazon had their own offsite website that you could go to and get free merch for the boys. It broke pretty quickly because everybody and their brother ran over there to get free t-shirt. You had your choice. You could get a t-shirt or a tote bag, and you could pick what image you wanted on it. and it broke. I tried a couple of times, and it finally, they ran out of merchandise, much like they do on the convention floor every freaking year. But yeah, it was great to see that they were actually kind of still doing that. And as far as I can tell, there's no shipping and handling fee. You just enter your information, and you get free stuff, which is pretty cool. So they're doing that. Funko has their own website that you can go get exclusives on. A lot of the other vendors have, like I know NECA's doing, I think NECA's doing, they're doing reveals. A lot of other people are doing reveals. And then you have, like, Hot Topic has summer convention goodies there that you can go and pick up in person if you want to go and do that, or order them on their website. Walmart is having their own fan convention on their website where they have a bunch of exclusives as well. For example, NECA today, I believe it was today, they had their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles special edition of them in their concert gear that you could purchase. And I think it was like $100 or something. And it was gone. It sold out like immediately. So you've got the everything's happening just like if there really was a Comic-Con. Things are selling out. People are pissed off about lines and wait times. The only difference is you're not out melting and having to pay $5 for a freaking Mrs. Fields cookie. And if you've ever been to Comic-Con, you know what those Mrs. Fields cookies are. You know what I'm talking about. They save your life. They get you because they know you're trapped, and you have to buy a damn cookie if you don't want to faint from not having eaten anything. They get you. And that is the truth. Zinni knows about the cookies. But yeah, so I'm surprised Mrs. Fields isn't doing some kind of tie. They probably don't even know. That's probably some rando that has the Mrs. Fields bags. But yeah, so everything is happening just like if Comic-Con was really here. The only thing is you're not baking outside, and you're not you're not having people to talk to. Well, you do. I mean, you can do it here, like things like this. You can vlog, you can get online chat. But really the big thing that people are missing right now, and I've seen people talking about this, and even CNN had an article about it, is that people are missing just being together, celebrating their stuff. And this comes back to what I was complaining about yesterday about the online panels. They had enough time to set something up like this, I think. And that is having some sort of chat room for people that are going to be attending those panels or watching those panels at the time, where they can people could interact or talk, just chat, have some sort of reactionary chat going on while the panel is happening, or even before or after. Because the reason we love this so much, and what we're missing with just being at home, even though we've got all of this great content, and that you've got all this great content, you've got all this stuff that, we're still getting to be able to partake in, like all the Funko Pops and all of that. It's the connection. It's the being able to talk to somebody and say, hey, aren't you sick of blah, blah, blah on The Walking Dead? You like, are you sick of those time jumps? God, I am, and then, hey, blah, and start talking. And that's what's missing, is being able to connect with fellow fans. So here we are. And I think if ever this has to happen again, God, I hope not. I'm hoping next year we're able to go to all the cons we want to. We can hang out. We can go to movies. Is if they ever have to do this again for some reason, if there's another virtual con, is they give the ability to talk to each other, to fans that are there at that moment. because that is what it's all about, is being able to connect to other fans and talk to other people. So that's what I think. Zinni is depressed. He has con depression from no con. That's a thing. Con depression is real. It happens on Sunday whenever you realize it's over. But yeah, that's what I think is missing and what they missed out on being able to do here. So yeah, that's what I got. So guys, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this. You're not alone. Talk to people online, chat, tweet, find your people, find a chat room, find Facebook, find a group, talk, and you'll be okay. You're not alone. We're all here together, and we all love the same stuff, and that's what we're here to do. So find people to talk to, celebrate your fandom, buy your goodies, talk about buying your goodies. That's what Comic-Con is. Comparing the crap that you got at the show, you can do that online. And you can talk about how pissed and tired you are at the Walking Dead time jumps, just like I do. Anyway, guys, peace out. Spread the word, not the virus. And I will see you tomorrow with my follow-up on Saturday's goodies. See ya. Bye.